think that's where perfectionism stems from. And there's nothing wrong with, wanting to make a good impression, wanting to have a good reputation of doing good work. And that's like a strong work ethic, which is great. But it's also, I find, something that can get in the way of actually doing the thing. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another random walk. I'm Elaine, and today's random walk is in Keystone State Park in Pennsylvania. It's about an hour east of Pittsburgh, and this was just an area that was doing a last minute camping trip for the weekend and went online and found State Park where there was a spot still available, and this state park happened to be it. I've never been here before, so this is great. Turn this around so you can see there's like a beautiful lake area behind me and everything. So yeah, just like a totally nice, perfect area. It turned out to be like a beautiful sunny day for walking. So I figured, why not use this as a spot just to walk and talk together. And so today, what I wanted to talk about with you all was topic of progress, not perfection. And why is that? So I call myself a recovering perfectionist, and this might resonate with several folks, but think about, when starting a new project or starting something completely new, wanting to make a good impression or do a good job. I think that's where perfectionism stems from. And there's nothing wrong with, wanting to make a good impression, wanting to have a good reputation of doing good work. And that's like a strong work ethic, which is great. But it's also, I find, something that can get in the way of actually doing the thing, doing the process of creating. So what sparked this idea was actually, as I was working on creating this whole video series, I was having a lot of anxiety about the number of steps that were required, because when I start something new, and you may find this as well, I really enjoy the process of learning. So I really like to research things and dig in and learn a lot about the topic, and to plan. Like, planning is the fun part, because it's thinking about all the options and thinking about all the different ways it could go. And it's almost like there's too many options sometimes. Like, there's too much potential things that could be done. And really, I find that it's like I have to pick a path. And it can be really hard to do that, because the thought process can sometimes be, well, what if it's the wrong path? But then backing up and thinking, is there ever really a wrong path? Like, what would it mean to be wrong? So, as I said, this whole stemmed from starting to research, what it is to create videos, what it is to edit them, what it is to upload them to YouTube. And there was like so many steps, and I was starting to become like really overwhelmed. So I've been working this whole process through of research and everything with ChatGPT, and I put in there, this is a lot of steps. I tend to overthink things to the point of almost becoming paralyzed, of constantly in that loop of thinking and planning and not the doing. Help me break this down into simpler steps so that it helps me overcome being overwhelmed. And what happened was, came back with a plan, which gotta love a plan. And the plan was like just really simple things of like, okay, day one, you know, download the software, make sure you know how to use the video function on your phone. Day two, record a video just walking, no speaking, just 30 seconds of just walking and figuring out how to do this. Day three, actually speak as you walk and video. And so as you can see, it was like all these like almost micro steps that really helped break it down to where I was like, oh, okay, I can do this. This is not as overwhelming. Plus, I feel really good completing, each one of these steps. So for folks out there that may be struggling with this as well, try to think about that too, of like, if you find yourself more researching, more in the learning mode, less of the doing, then how can you take your task and break it into smaller steps that can help overcome? And for me, as I was learning about things, it became to the point where it's like the will and motivation to create something like became more powerful, and that motivating energy to go ahead and do the thing, to take action. I think that's really like where it is to take action, and instead of passively, researching, learning all the time, but like, what are the steps I'm going to take action and actually like move forward of doing the work, doing the thing, of creating. And I came back to, wanting to work through the creative process. I was thinking creativity is, the heart of it is that word create, which is action, which is actually doing. So I could keep this as a thought experiment, keep, thinking things over so much. But at the end of the day, there needs to be a point where action is taken and something is actually created. And so really that's where I'm hoping it helps other folks that might be struggling with being like me, being a recovering perfectionist, where maybe you like to learn things a lot. Maybe you're like me and overthink things a lot. And it's that, how do I build that catalyst to overcome that activation energy to actually like create action, to create something. And also in it too, I think, is wanting to do a good job, fear of like judgment as well, like not wanting to create something where you're like, man, I was like not proud of what I did. Or fear of judgment of others as well. I know that comes up a lot. And to overcome that, to be thinking about like, what is really the risk? What would be the risk of just, creating this thing and putting it out there in the world? And I think the bigger risk is not doing it at all, of keeping these creative ideas inside and not taking the action to build these things and put them out there in the world. We all think about, how is this going to look out there in the world? And I think it's good to have a good work ethic, to want to do a good job, but to not let fear overcome and get in the way of not creating something. So yeah, something I've been working on, something that I feel a lot of folks struggle with, as well as I talk to folks that are in a similar spot. Getting into a sunny area, so it was like really windy and cloudy the past couple of days, and it like finally opened up. So it was like, it's gonna like stop, because this is like just an amazing blue sky and clouds and these trees, and just appreciating like being out here on this walk with you all today. It's just like a beautiful day, so might as well enjoy it together. So I hope this helps. I hope this helps some folks out there. Like, maybe there's something you've been working on, maybe it's a project or something that you're really interested in starting or continuing or getting back to. Maybe you started something and you're getting back to it, and feel like getting stuck in that spot. So thinking about, what is it that I can do to build those smaller steps, even those little like micro steps, to help me make me feel like I'm making progress, and I'm doing the thing. And know that whatever is created by you is good enough, because it can never be perfect, right? We are humans and we are imperfect creatures. So knowing that, it can never be perfect. We don't expect perfection from others in our lives. So why do we put that on ourselves? So know that whatever it is that you create and you put out there in the world, it's good enough, because you did it and you took those steps. And know that you're going to learn in that whole process as well. And each time you do something, I learned from this process. I learned from the process of taking action and doing the work, that the next time you'll have more ideas. So much like planning and research can spin off into all these different areas, doing something and learning from that whole process means even more options for the next time, trying something out, the next iteration. And it's building on the process of taking action that helps. That's really like what it is that we're learning. And I think it's this back and forth of learn, take action, do it, get that experience, and then try again. Do the same action again, maybe in a different way, maybe taking something in a different direction, what have you, but you're taking action, you're learning. And by this, like, we're always learning. And that's what I think is great, is to always be lifelong learners, trying different things throughout life, so that we're never stagnant. We're always growing and we're always learning. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you all. There's going to be several themes like this. I feel like I'm going to keep exploring all sorts of themes with you all as we walk and talk together. But this was one, and this was part of my journey. This is me taking those next actionable steps to put this out there in the world and share with you all. And I'm glad I did it, and I'm glad that you all are here sharing it with me, and also being part of this absolutely beautiful day. So with that, I'm going to say thank you. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you on the next random walk.